Welcome, Clean Sweep team. I'm so thrilled to be talking with you today. Now, this is a special internal explainer. It's an instructional guide strictly for you, me, and our cleaning staff. Just us. Nobody else sees this. Today, we're focusing on power, precision, and protection as we walk through our official 20-item checklist. We want to make absolutely sure everyone is fully equipped and perfectly aligned on how we tackle every single job. Okay, let's dive right into this.
To get us grounded, we're operating straight from our official standard protocol for clean sweep here out of Jacksonville. Look, this list isn't just a handful of suggestions, right? It's the absolute baseline standard for every single job we take on. Sticking to this ensures we maintain our incredibly high expectations, keep our clients thrilled, and, most importantly, protect both their homes and ourselves. So here's exactly how we're breaking things down today. First, professional setup and gear. Then, essential tools, followed by cleaners and surface protection, heavy-duty chemistry, and finally, reach and personal safety. Let's map out that toolkit. All right, diving right into Section 1, professional setup and gear. Because before you even spray a single surface, your setup is what builds immediate client trust. You know, the small details absolutely matter. Your core gear starts with a really professional, durable bag. Specifically, the Husky 14-inch supply bag. Why that one? Because those outside pockets are just perfect for holding your spray bottles upright. No spills. Next up, shoe covers. The rule here is super simple. You take exactly one step inside the client's home and you put them on right away. Have them clean and wear them for every job. Then we've got our microfiber rags. Listen closely to this one, guys. A dirty rag just doesn't clean. Your rags literally have to look like they've never been used, so always bring more than you think you're going to need. And finally, bring fresh, tall kitchen bags and small bathroom liners. We want a fresh, clean bag in every can, every single time. Okay, moving on to Section 2, essential tools. This is all about prepping and lifting dirt. We're getting into the mechanical tools we rely on before we apply any chemicals whatsoever. All right, here are your hardware essentials. You always sweep with a relatively new broom and dustpan first, then vacuum, then mop. For our vacuums, we rely on a really powerful canister vac like the Shark, mostly because it easily handles things like stairs and upholstery. But the absolute non-negotiable rule here, you have got to empty and clean that vacuum canister before every single job, unless, of course, the client specifically asks you to use theirs. For mopping, we use a dual container system, like the O-Cedar rinse bucket, always with a clean, removable mop head. Oh, and don't forget to pack a good variety of basic dollar store scrub brushes for all that detailed work. Now, what's our absolute secret weapon for prep work? The handheld steamer. Team, this tool is completely non-negotiable. It literally melts away buildup. It loosens heavy, heavy grime, especially in those really stubborn shower grout lines, in an absolute fraction of the time. And the best part? It does all this without any abrasive scrubbing, it saves your arms, and more importantly, it protects the client's tile. That brings us to Section 3, cleaners and surface protection. I want to get very serious for a second here. This is where precision really, truly matters. Because using the wrong chemical won't just leave a nasty streak, it will permanently destroy a client's property. So there's a really critical difference between your multi-purpose disinfectants like Pine Sol and our specialized products. Now, multi-purpose cleaners are fantastic when they're heavily diluted on things like baseboards, but for appliances, absolutely not. You have to use a dedicated stainless steel cleaner. If you use multi-purpose on steel, it's going to streak, it's going to look terrible, and honestly, you can totally ruin the finish, which forces you to completely re-clean it. Always, always use the right tool for the exact job. Here's another really crucial distinction for you. Dawn dish soap, specifically Dawn Power Wash, is amazingly powerful. Just a few drops mixed with water makes this incredible degreaser that works safely on almost anything, except stone. Do not, under any circumstances, ever use Dawn on stone. Using Dawn or any other improper cleaner on quartz, granite, or marble is going to strip and completely destroy that finish. You have to use an alcohol-based, pH-neutral stone cleaner. No exceptions. So, the most important takeaway here is this rule. When in doubt, always use the stone cleaner. I really cannot emphasize this enough. If you're standing there and you aren't 100% sure what a countertop is made of, just grab the stone cleaner. We absolutely cannot afford to replace a client's luxury marble kitchen island just because someone used a harsh degreaser. Protect their property at all costs. Rounding out our surface savers, we've got Sprayway ammonia-free glass cleaner. This stuff is for absolutely streak-free mirrors and windows. And then we have pumice stones. Guys, these are literal magic. When you've got a stubborn hard water ring in a toilet or an impossible stain that just won't budge with liquid cleaner, a pumice stone breaks up those calcium deposits in like 5 minutes flat, and it does it without scratching or damaging the porcelain.
All right, that takes us to section 4, heavy-duty chemistry. These are the heavy hitters of our toolkit, and they require a lot of time, patience, and extreme caution from every single cleaner on this team. You need to be extremely careful right here. Easy Off heavy-duty oven degreaser is highly, highly concentrated. If you happen to get overspray onto the wooden cabinets, the kitchen floor, or the stone counters right outside of the oven, it will cause severe, irreversible property damage. You've got to apply this stuff with total focus and control. Now, when you are using these heavy chemicals, whether that's Easy Off in the oven or CLR on hard water shower doors and toilet bowls, the application method is really a 2-step process. Step 1, apply carefully. Step 2, let it sit. Seriously, you have to let these chemicals sit for the recommended time so they can do the heavy lifting for you. It's going to save you a massive amount of physical effort as long as you're patient.
So, we've talked a ton about protecting the client's home from damage, but I want you to ask yourself, what protects you from all these harsh chemicals?
And that perfectly segues into our final section, section 5, reach and personal safety. Because keeping yourselves completely safe on the job is paramount. Honestly, if you aren't safe, nothing else matters.
Let's review our mandatory PPE, our personal protective equipment protocol. Number 1, put on a mask. Number 2, put on disposable gloves. This is totally non-negotiable, folks. Whenever you're handling chemicals, especially things like heavy-duty oven cleaners or CLR, you must be wearing your mask and your gloves. We want you breathing clean air, and we want your skin completely protected from those harsh abrasives.
And when it comes to safely reaching things like ceiling fans or high corners, grab your extender pole with a clean, quality duster. We also supply a folding 2-step ladder for those areas you just can't quite get to. But please hear me clearly on this rule. Do not climb any ladder higher than 2 steps for any reason whatsoever. If a spot requires a taller ladder, it is officially outside our standard protocol. We need you to stay low, stay balanced, and stay safe. At the end of the day, a spectacularly clean house is our product, but protecting the property and your personal health is our absolute priority. Use the right tools, let the chemistry do the hard work, and always, always wear your PPE. But before you head out to your next job, I'll leave you with this to think about. With all the different products under a typical sink, what other unseen chemical reactions are happening in our clients' homes every single day? Keep learning, stay curious, and let's get out there and do a clean sweep.